Okay, everybody, good morning. How are you, Kimberly? How are you, Sean? Sorry, Kimberly, did you say hello to us?
Can you hear me?
Yep, I got you now.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
okay.
Didn't have my volume up enough. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Are you guys moving into your home yet?
We have spent the last 4 nights here, so I get to sit here looking at the water while I have my meeting.
Oh, yay! Congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Good for you.
Oh.
So all your furniture's in there and everything then, eh?
Well, most of it. We're still taking little trips here and there. My sister insisted on coming up and visiting, so we hurried up and spent one night before they got here, and then it kind of set us back all weekend.
That's fantastic. Good for you. That was a long time coming. You guys put in a ton of work.
Yeah, we still have some work, but now we can at least, putz with it while we're staying here.
Sure. How's the boat working out?
We just actually, my husband called my brother-in-law before they came up and said, "Hey, you got a pair of waders?" And Larry's like, "Yeah, I got 2 pair, but I don't know that they'll fit you." And Kurt said, "They're not for me, they're for you. Your wife offered to let you put the hoist in with me."
That's perfect.
We put them to work all weekend so we don't have the boat in yet, but we have all the docking and hoist in.
Oh,
Okay.
that's awesome.
They bought Kurt bought a new rigid inflatable dinghy just to run around on the lake rather than the pontoon and stuff. So yeah, I'm anxious to see it.
We haven't gotten that yet. I just emailed that guy this morning and said, "Where's our boat?"
Yeah. Oh, I'm anxious to check that little thing out. How about you, Sean? How you doing this morning?
Just fine, thanks, Chad. I had to figure out how to unmute it.
Gotcha. And it looks like Vince just joined us. Good morning, Vince. How are you? Or is joining us, maybe. There he is. How you doing, Vince? All right. Go ahead and get going here. So we wanted to run through again the Homewaters CMS, the content management system for homewaters.net. And one of the big reasons is that it's incredible how much traffic you guys get through the website. And so there are just a ton of people trying to learn about you like they do on Zillow or anywhere else. I mean, a lot of times people find properties and then they spend their time finding their realtor. And so we're getting a ton of traffic on your agent pages. And I know I'm guilty of at least letting some of my content kind of get out of date and fall behind, or maybe it's just not very interesting, and it's a pretty great opportunity to capture a client. So I guess we want to make sure that everyone at least knows the basics of how to use it and kind of what the purpose of it was when we created it. So the reason that we have such a robust content management system is we wanted to add or edit content quickly, rather than have to reach out to a web developer to add a photo or change a photo or add a new story or whatever. We wanted the ability to really adapt our website on the fly. And so we had them build in this very robust back end for us so that we can do most of the changes in the website in terms of content on our own and on our own time frame. It also provides access to our premium member accounts, which a lot of you probably aren't even aware of. But in the background of the website, when someone signs up for a premium account, they actually affiliate. They can have the option of affiliate with one of you agents. And if they do that, it allows you to see what they're saving in their automated searches through the manager if they affiliate with you. Now, the default, if they don't choose anybody, I have access to it at the broker level, but it doesn't show up in any of yours. So that's one of the areas that we're going to change in the upcoming redevelopment, is to automate that process. And rather than have you have to go into the manager and find these people, we're going to have it notify you when somebody set up an account, and we're going to have it geographically based. So whatever your service area is, if somebody sets up or tracks a property in your service area, it'll notify you that somebody's done that and give you their contact information so you can reach out and offer your extra help. So we'll give you an idea in just a second how many people are in there. It's actually, there's so many accounts in there right now, it's kind of shutting down my account. So, but I'll show you that in a bit. It also allows all of you to create your own website within our website. One of the great things about our company, because we don't compete against each other, because there's really no overlap, most agents in a 100-member office have to create their own brand and their own marketing to try to compete with their agents within their own company. But because we don't have that scenario, most of our agents choose to just use our website as their website. And you can create all kinds of different stuff in the background of the site. I think I did want to make it clear today that I'll show you some functionality, but the reality is we want to help you with that. You know, the goal here is for you to tell us or what you want in there, kind of what you want your image to be basically, and then we'll help you carry that out. If you're comfortable doing it on your own, that's great. But if time is a constraint or you just don't feel confident working within the manager, that's okay too. You know, just let's make sure that we get it there, whether it's me or probably Kelly actually would be a better one to help out because that's what she's here for. So as we go through today, I don't want all of you to expect to have to know how to do all of this stuff in the manager. We just want to show you the capabilities of it. If you want to use it on your own, you can, but more importantly, reach out to us and we'll help make sure that your pages are what you want them to be.
Well, and at least know the basics of changing the information to make it up to date.
Yeah, absolutely. And the manager is also where we set up the territories, and it's actually within each of your agent pages, so you have access to that, but we really don't want you to mess around with the territories in the background. It's really complex how we have it set up by county or body of water, and it all kind of overlaps. And so if you make changes in those territories, it can kind of create issues throughout. We have had a few times where agents, I think, just saw the bodies of water and then started clicking on them. Well, we already had them on that county, the entire county, so we didn't select bodies of water. And again, it's kind of complex. So that is where we set the territories, but we really want to be the ones to do that. So please don't go in and set up your own territories in there. If you have a question or if there's properties appearing that don't have your contact information but should, please reach out to me and I'll find out what's going on or why it's not working properly. The other big thing about being managers, it provides an opportunity to build search engine optimization. So content is really important and new content is very important. The reality is because we haven't been using the manager very much, a lot of our content is a little stale. We authored it over the last 3 years, but haven't updated it regularly. And so updating that content and the tags kind of at the top is very, very important. And then again, I looked at some analytics last year. 58,000 unique users were on our site last year. Now, a unique user is a different computer ID, so that's pretty much a different person. So we had almost 60,000 people on our website last year. That's crazy. I mean, if you think in terms of a physical office, and we had 60,000 people walk through our doors asking to buy real estate, that's outrageous numbers. Like no real estate company gets those kind of numbers on their web. And we recognize that we can do a better job of introducing ourselves. To this point, I feel like these people have walked into our office and either liked it or didn't and kind of walked out the back door. We want to take the opportunity to shake their hand and introduce ourselves and say, hey, thanks for stopping by. How can I help? You know, and so far we haven't really done that, but we're looking forward to doing it now. Okay, so agent clients. There is a portion within the site for these agent clients, and your page looks a little bit different than mine. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. It looks a little different than mine because I have some other access over here, but all of you have this tab right here for agent clients. And again, mine has so many people in it that it actually will kind of bog down as it's trying to load all these thousands of people that are in here. But what it does, a lot of people set up an account and they just put a dot in there just again to get around providing their personal information. But here's an email address that's set up an automated search. And as it's loading, you can preview it to see what the results of the search are. You can edit their searches through here. But all of these people are in the system. Let me see if I can scroll down without messing it up. These people have a couple riverfront searches set up. Let's see. Try to find one that's got some properties saved in here. This person saved each one of these properties. Gaylord, Afton, Mansalona. This would be an interesting one Mary might want to reach out to. So I don't know how many. You'll have to see on your own. What's that?
Does it have dates on
It doesn't have dates. It's not real robust right now. All it shows you is what properties they're saving or what searches they've set
How
up.
do we know who it is?
Well, all you really have access to, see, it's bogging down. There are literally, I think now there's 4,000 or 5,000, did we say? People that have built accounts within our website to track
Really?
properties and stuff, and we haven't said hello to them at all. One of the reasons
So
we did that,
how would I reach out to someone like that?
well, you basically just send an email.
To who?
See, this one doesn't have an email
Well, the
on it.
hard part is,
Yeah.
this is under Chad's account.
Yeah,
because
this is under
Right.
my account.
They didn't specify an agent, so.
Yeah.
How do they track properties or save searches without entering anything? Like,
Yeah.
how would it even send them a notice?
I don't know why they would do that without, that's their username category. So again, it's not built
Alright.
right now.
Okay.
What I want to explain to you guys is that when we built this, I really was a strong believer that people didn't want to fill out a form and get blasted with all kinds of automated email, especially our higher end clients. So the system kind of on its own tracked these people and puts them in there. And I have used this with clients who I know are my clients. I set them up with a premium user account. This is a great kind of portal that I can use back and forth with them. I can save properties to their account for them and stuff. So, but the function, it wasn't really built that way because I didn't want to infringe on those people using our site. We wanted to just give them the information, let them play as much as they wanted for free, not reach out to them, not hound them with automated canned stuff. I still don't want to do that, but I do think times have changed enough now where people just kind of understand that you've got to fill out these forms sometimes, or it's just part of using these websites now. So I think with that change in mood, I think at the very least what I want to do is be able to introduce you to the people who are searching in your area and get you their username and their password, or their username and their email address, and allow you to see what they've saved or what searches they've set up, so that if somebody sets up a search in downtown, Claire will get an email saying Tom Johnson at gmail.com is tracking a house on 5th Street and another one on 10th Street. And you might want to reach out to them. And then it's up to Claire to follow up with that person, reach out with an email. We'll probably do some canned email introductions that are just something you can just send out automatically. But just make that first point of contact. Thanks for setting up a premium account on homewaters.net. I see you're tracking properties in downtown Traverse City. That's my area of service. I'm always available at the bottom of the page on any of these properties. Don't hesitate to click my email or reach out to me or whatever. Just make that introduction. And then over time, obviously, if you haven't heard from them in a month, hopefully you reach out again. But so we still want to leave it in your hands to kind of do the follow-up on these people. We don't want to necessarily automate it. We do want to get into maybe some contact management where it would remind you when a lead does come in. It may send them an automated kind of thank you email for setting up an account and introduce you to the agent in the area. And then it would maybe send the agent a reminder 30 days from them. Hey, this person set up a search 30 days ago. Have you talked to them? If not, call them today or send them an email today or whatever. We're just going to try to, again, start that introduction to all these people that are working in the site that right now we're not doing. And again, it's kind of
That'll be interesting
bogs
to
down
see
pretty
if
bad on
it
this.
deters people or.
Yeah, it'll be.
I just wonder, like, right now, those people that track, I wonder if they go into the website, if those tracked properties are still there for them. Like, how else would you track it if they don't put in an email address?
Well, again, I think
You know
that
what I mean?
title at the top is the username. Some people are using an email as a username. Some people are just putting in a dot rather than their own.
For their username.
So it asks you to create a username and a password.
Right.
So there's an email in the background.
Oh,
We didn't see the email right there.
Oh,
It's not right there. So again, the agent client portion, you can view users associated with you when they signed up for an account, if they did. So I'm kind of curious if you do, when you log in next time, click that tab for agent clients and see if anybody's in there. If they are, they likely have already worked with you, or they at least know you're servicing that area and they've chosen to associate with you manually. You can view and edit their automated searches. I'm sorry. You can view their saved properties. Those are active people right now that are in the website working. And it does kind of create a portal. Again, if you do want to use that as a way with a client who you know has set up an automated search, you can add properties to their favorites and you can edit their searches for them if they need your help doing that. But at the very least, you can see what properties they're tracking and let them know, yeah, that's a good one, or I don't think that would work for you. And then it's about time that we leverage these accounts. We've got too many people in the website that we're not introducing ourselves to right now, and so we need to start doing that.
And we're talking about pulling all of those contacts to also send our newsletter and, just
Yeah.
different updates
Sure.
company-wide too.
Yeah.
Sure.
So the main portion of the manager that you're going to work in is the page editor. And again, right at the top, at the left under content, if I select page editor, now again, mine looks different. Let me get to the agent page here where it looks like yours does. So this is my agent page in the background. Whenever I'm working in the manager, I always open the website as well, so that I can kind of see what changes I'm making and how it might affect what's going on. Let's see here. So here's my agent page. You can see all these tabs to the left are content that I created here with different pages. Now I have a lot more that are in here, and some are inactive. I have snowmobile maps, Torch Lake properties, which I'm not really pursuing, information about hunting leases. These were pages I had created in the past that I either pulled down but didn't really want to delete, like why list in the winter? That's not very prominent right now, but come October, I'll hit this and make this an active tab on my page. So I didn't really want to delete the content. If I want to delete it, I can come over here and just hit that X button. It would delete that page. But if it's something seasonal, I want to leave it up there, like the snowmobile maps or this one. And then in October, I'll fire those both up and have a little fresher content on my page. So any tab that I've created here that's active will show to the right-hand column. These are all my tabs that I have in here. Let me stand here. Oh. So, and to change the order of them, these little arrows up and down changes the order. So right now, I have my story, who's your realtor, which is a new page I created yesterday, and featured listing is that featured listing on the front page. So this is where you change your featured listing on the front page, by the way, is in here, this featured listing category. And this is something a lot of you are making use of as well. Yeah, so, and you can see these are the tabs here. This is the page I created last night. And, I created this for today, just kind of something a little bit different, a little bit maybe silly. But it's been interesting. We were at a trade show, Mandy and I were in Grayling, and a couple of times recently I've kind of asked people, who's your realtor? And they just kind of give you this blank stare. A name does not come to mind.
Right, sometimes they'll say, well, I go on Zillow.
Yeah.
Right.
They truly don't have an agent that they associate with on a regular basis. And so I really think that's an important point for us to hit on that. A lot of people choose an agent when they buy or when they sell, but they haven't had a great experience, so that person doesn't become a resource for them throughout. So that's what this page kind of speaks to, is if no name came to mind, you probably haven't had a great real estate experience, and we'd like to change that dynamic for you,
You lost some weight, huh?
Well, lost some hair.
Lost some hair.
So that was a page I created last night just to try to, again, get some fresh content in there, mix it up, maybe try to be a little bit funny, and it would be kind of giggled when that came up. I don't know. I tend to be more, try not to do too much of this type of stuff. You don't want to be corny, but this kind of makes fun of kind of a corny realtor guy. So, so I think, let me see here real quick. So the manager, first and foremost, allows you to fully develop your message to our website users. So there were over 20,000 page views on the agent pages last year. 20,000 times people looked at your pages and tried to decide if you were the realtor they wanted to work with or not. That's a hell of a lot of page views for only a dozen agents, 15 agents. And so, we really need to make sure that your story is being told through these pages. So that's really the goal of the manager, so that when people do look at those pages, they really leave saying, this is the person I want to work with. I think you should focus on your personal story. We've told this story before. Blake's first deal was somebody who, he's brand new in the business, but they read his bio on the page and were like, nice guy, I'm going to give him some business. But that's powerful. I mean, it was a $400,000 deal, I think. And so it does happen, and I think it's that personal connection that really helps too. Talk about the business certainly, but your personal connection is where you're really going to drive your business. Make it clear what your specialty is through your links and things like that. Mine are obviously the rivers that I service, and kind of the lifestyle or whatever that I try to sell. And then ask for the business in these things too. That's the big thing that I think some of our agents miss the mark on too. We try to be this kind of subtle company. We don't want to be in your face. We don't want to be this gimmicky company. We want to be a little bit under the radar. But the reality is, especially in a competitive market, we have to ask for their business, and we have to make sure they know we're the right ones. And when they do know that, then it's time to sign them up, and it's time to ask them for their business. And I don't think overall we do a great job of that as a company. I think we're so hesitant to kind of put off this too far forward message that we aren't as forward as we should be in asking people for their business, saying, all right, ready, I'll send you this listing agreement, what's your email address, So you can do that. At the bottom, there should be a call to action within those pages on your site. Again, ask for help carrying out the design. Yeah, Mary?
Is there any way, when we write a blog and we tag at Mary's posts, is there any way for those blogs to bounce onto my agent page?
You can do an RSS feed, but we're actually going to move the blog into the website.
Oh.
We originally had it housed at Google because that was giving us better SEO for the blog, but that doesn't do us a lot on the website. So that's one way we can get a lot more fresh content in our website and improve the website's SEO. So we're actually going to pull the blog. You'll actually probably be doing your blogging through the manager in some fashion. It'll function more like Google Blog. But
because I've been told by a number of people who did reach out to me that it was my blogs that finally sold them.
Gotcha. I mean, and you've done a great job with that. I mean, you offer a lot of them, and not only that, you do a great job of pushing that around once you've offered it. You post those posts.
Right, yeah.
It makes a huge difference.
It's such an easy tool.
Yeah, and people just want content. The easiest thing today is to find properties. You can go to any one of 100 websites and find the properties that are available. They want content. They not want to learn about the area. They want to learn about you. They want to learn about the industry. They want to know what's going on in the market. So that's really where most people spend their time. And if we're not putting content out to them, they're going to go somewhere else. So again, ask for help carrying out the design. We don't expect you guys to be web developers. I mean, this stuff does take a lot of time, even when you figure it out. So I think first and foremost, we want to work with you to figure out what is your strategy and what is your story that you want to tell. And then not only within our website, but everywhere else, we need to be telling that same story over and over and over again. So that's what we want to work with you on. If you can carry it out on your own, great. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, we'll help you with that. And then again, do not adjust territories because it is kind of complex and intertwined in the background. So, okay. So what can you create, or how can you do different pages in here? So the testimonial page is actually just the front end of our testimonial page that doesn't really get used there. You enter testimonials at a different spot, so don't worry about this. You enter testimonials here, actually. Link same window is a link within our own website. So let's see here. If I wanted to link to this, let's say, and this is already here. I'm going to go somewhere else on the website and grab a link. Let's see if I have, grab it out of here. Shrink out, buddy. Okay, let's go to buy, and I want to learn about buyer's agency. So I like this page, let's say, and I like the content that's listed here about why people should use a buyer's agent. So I'm going to copy this link, and I'm going to go back to the manager, and I'm going to create a new link in the same window, meaning it's not going to open a new window in my browser. It's going to keep me right in a Homewaters website. And I'm going to title this Buyer's Agency. Let me zoom this up so you guys can see better. So I'm going to call it Buyer's Agency, and I'm just going to paste that URL from the Homewaters website in there and hit create. And then you have to remember to make it active if you want it live. And if I want to move it up in my area so that it's top or whatever. This will be at the bottom of my active pages. But then if I go back in and I go to my agent page again, you'll see this buyer's agency tab is now here, and that content is now my page. So I've built out my page within the site with content that was already created. So, and you know, there's Homewaters Outdoors has its own content page about Homewaters Outdoors. If you're selling a lot of hunting property, you might want to build a tab for Homewaters Outdoors in there, or whatever. There's a ton of content within the website. Anything you see in there that you like. Vince, as an example, is doing quite a bit of stuff on the Betsy River and Platte River. So on my page, I have a content page for Riverfront Buyer's Guide that talks about why certain river properties are worth more than another. This is something that I authored, but it talks about why river properties are priced the way they are. Vince could copy this and build a tab under his own page for Riverfront Buyer's Guide, and then that would be his content, basically. So that's an easy way to kind of populate your pages, is to just grab. There's waterfront considerations, another thing that we put in here about Natural Rivers Act, wetland issues, needed water acts. You know, these are things to consider if you're buying waterfront property. So if you're in an area and you're focusing on waterfront, we can easily, quickly build in a tab for you for these waterfront considerations. So I am going to delete that one before I forget it. Okay, so that is a new link, same window. A new external link is just that. It's a link to an outside website. So let's say you wanted to tell people about OnX Maps, which is, we talked about it at our last meeting. It's a property ownership website where it gives you the property owner's name and stuff over top of an aerial image. Okay, so you just copy the URL for wherever you want it to go. And I'm going to create a new external link. And I'm going to call this on X tax mapping. Let's call it that. And I'll put this paste here, hit create, and then again, make it live. And then now that's going to be on my agent page. And people can sign up for OnX if they want to here. So I guess, I don't know, maybe Chamber of Commerce, if that's an important page to you, or a fly shop that you work with or whatever. You know, for me, I should put, you know, Ron's Fly Shop in Greenland. We created a good relationship back and forth where they're sending us business, and I'm doing the same. So that would be a great way. Or again, you could create.
What about like upcoming events? Can you do something like that? Several links to say Cherry Festival.
You could absolutely do that. And I think a great thing to do, usually like the Chamber puts out a calendar of events in Traverse City. I would put calendar of events there and just link it to the Traverse City calendar of events. So you're not responsible for putting these out all the time. Or Up North Live has calendar events. Link to that, Northern Michigan events, and then you can link to that Up North Live account. Whatever it might be, you know, you want people to be on your site for more than just searching. You want them to be there for content and for helpful information. If there is a specific event that you really like, you can feature that. Horses by the Bay. If you're selling equestrian property, you might want to put something up for that, or the Great Lakes Equestrian Festival, I think it's called now. Whatever it might be, you can link to anything you want.
So if you say upcoming events or something, you want to put several links, or, you know,
so
the great schools in our area, and you want to link to the different school system or different schools.
You can do whatever you like. So the external link is only one URL. So you can really only link that to one website. Right. So if you did want to do Kalkaska Public Schools, Mary, you would just link to the link for Kalkaska Public Schools. If you had something where you wanted to maybe tell people about the contractors you work with, the electricians, the plumbers, the title companies, all those kind of partners that you have and want to work with, you'd really create a new page for that. A new page is just that. It's a new content page. So like this, Who's Your Realtor? That's a new page. So if I did want to create a new page called, partners.
My favorite people.
My favorite people. favorite
Save money.
local businesses. Let's talk about that. My favorite local businesses. And then you can just kind of put them in here however you like. You know, you can go
Cheers.
contractors. And then under this, you put McLean and Son and their contact information. And you can make this a link if you want by highlighting it and selecting, it's kind of weird how the layout went here on me, this link. And you edit and you put in the URL to that builder or to that electrician or whatever, and you can just list all these people. That's a great way to build goodwill with other people in the community. You know, I can do a fly shop, so I want to put Gates Lodge on there and Old Osalo Fly Shop and Ron's Fly Shop, and you know, and then send them that link or even reach out to them. Hey, is it okay if I use your link on my website? I want to tell people about the great businesses in the area. They would be so happy that you're sending their name out to people. And so, yeah, that's a great idea for a tab in there to get some goodwill, not only for people who might visit your site and get some good information, but for those other businesses that you're helping to promote.
Well, then you can share that with anybody who says, what inspector should I use?
Yeah, and
What
just
should
go
I
copy a
just,
link to
like,
that
copy
page
that
and send it
out
to them.
them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah,
And
electric
that-
companies or closing part, whatever.
Right, and then that's gonna also improve the SEO.
It can, you know, leaks back and forth are always good. Outgoing links aren't that important, but if you can get them to give you a same link on their website, that's where you're gonna get great SEO. So if you're gonna do a link to all the fly shops, well, hey, why don't you throw a real estate link on your website in case people have need, they can send them my way. So that's certainly something that can be done, but it's those incoming links that are better for SEO.
You can get leads from contractors too, right? And
Yeah.
It could be like, hey,
Mhm.
guy threw my link on his page, call them up.
Yeah, we do have some, we did build in, I think a partners under about, so we did build in a page here that we started doing, and it's the builders, the people that I have had good relationships with. And so if you want us to add somebody here as well on the company partners page, I mean, I built this out to have a nice photo, a link to their website. You know, we can do this too. So if you do have contractors or, you know, I just started building this out. We put a couple of contractors in there.
Who knows rentals up there too.
Yeah, well, and yeah, don't we have the rentals up here? Vacation rentals.
Yeah.
So I have another friend and client who has some rental properties and asked us to put them up here. So this is one of his properties on the river. You know, we're happy to do that. If you have somebody who has a rental, a client who has a rental, we do have a section on the website for this. So again, I think that's the great thing about our company. We're small enough where if you have somebody you really want to build a relationship with, or you really want to let us know, yes, we want to do that. You know, and hey, we can put you on our website. How does that sound? These big companies can't do that. And so take advantage of the fact that we're customizable and we're small and we want to build these relationships, you know. Any questions out there? I know I've been rambling a little bit. Everybody awake out there?
Hey, the one question I have, Chad, it's more about analytics in terms of the activity on the site. Are you going to talk about that at all as far as the number of hits per month and, you know, how many views per page they're looking at when they hit us?
Only in terms of, you know, again, your agent pages that I brought up just for the purpose of today to kind of talk about how much traffic we're getting and try to instill how important it is that, you know, people are looking at your page, whether it's good quality or not, they're going out and looking at it. So if it's bad quality and it's not telling an interesting story, they're going on to the next realtor. And so 20,000 people considered whether or not to use a Homewaters agent on our website. Hopefully a lot of them chose. I know we didn't get 20,000 deals last year, so not everybody chose an agent. But no, didn't really get into analytics today. Is there something specific you needed, or?
Well, I was just curious the number of hits that we're getting like per month, and then the number of pages. In the past, you said that with our website, it's that you know, they look at multiple pages, whereas real estate websites, they just kind of fly through it.
Yeah, we get about 6 or 7 pages per visit. So for everybody who got to the website and it was the wrong website or wasn't what they were thinking, another person looked at 14 pages. So we get great pages per visit traffic. The nice thing they used to have in Google Analytics was a comparison, basically, where it would show you where you were at relative to other real estate websites. And it was an amazing graphic to have because the average real estate website gets like 1.8 pages per visit. And we were getting 7. And the average real estate website got, 10,000 visits per year. We did 1.4 million page views. I mean, when we talk to our web developers, they're still kind of dumbfounded by the traffic our website gets. Flight Path Creative in Traverse City, our website gets more traffic than just about any site they've ever built. And they built a ton of big national sites now, and it's just crazy how much traffic we get. But we haven't done a great job of leveraging that. That's one of our focuses for this year is really, we have all the success on the website, but it's just kind of going on around us. We're not engaging with it. So that's really what we need to do a better job of this year is engage with it.
But if you wanted more specific numbers, we did at the quarterly meeting include this page that showed everybody for the first quarter how many page views they had. Vince was at 83 for January through March, with 26 seconds per user on the page.
And that's on that page. So I think the other smart thing that some agents do is they direct people to their agent page. So rather than just put homewaters.net, if you're putting a link, if you buy an ad somewhere online, rather than just put a homewaters.net as the URL, put homewaters.net/Claire Bailey.
Yeah.
And it'll take them to your agent page as a launching point. And from there, you've got your quick searches there for probably downtown properties and Leelanau properties, and they can kind of say, okay, this is the person I'm looking for right off the bat. Where if you send them to homewaters.net, they might find their way to you, but if you're paying for an ad somewhere or you're putting in the energy to do a blog post or something, why not drive the traffic to you within the website and not just the website in general? So all of you have the ability to just put in homewaters.net/ your first and last name. And that brings them to your agent page within the website. So I noticed, I didn't remember, it was either Sonia or Midge used to do that. And their views on their agent pages were so far ahead of everybody. Was it Midge? The views on her agent pages were so far beyond what everybody else did because wherever she bought advertising or did a blog post or whatever, she drove them to her agent page within the website rather than the company page in general. So that's something to consider as you're out there publishing content. Okay, so that's the page editor, how to create new pages, add new links. The other thing that you have access to here is lake info and river info. So for every body of water within the website that shows up on the map, you have the ability to put in the description of that body of water. And we give you free reign. That's the other cool thing about what we do. Like, we have the faith in all of you to put out good content, and we trust that it's going to be well done, and we trust that it's going to be interesting and that it'll be accurate. So if you do put in content for your body of water, it will show up on the page. Let's see here if we can give an example. I'll do a search, a quick river search, just to do. Just to show how it works. So if I click on Sable River and I search, and then I pull up details on a property. Okay, so you'll see there's a couple tabs here that appear for Sable River. One is about the Sable River. And you can see there's a Facebook page over here. And that's the feed for the Facebook page for our Sable River Real Estate off to the left there. And then you'll see map of Sable River. And this is an external link. Oh, that doesn't work right now. So this is great. This is a good example. I mean, again, I did this probably a year or two ago, at least. So let me go up to Sable River and I'll show you what is going on here. So here's Sable River. And you have all these opportunities to put things in. Here's map URL of the Sable River. So for whatever reason, this map, the DNR took it down or something. So I'm gonna find a different map. And let's see here, Wikipedia, exports, Osable River. And it could have been as simple as they changed it. Now this is kind of an interesting map because it includes the natural river zoning rules and stuff. So this is a great one for me to include in here. So I'm going to grab this URL, copy it, come back to the manager and replace that map link with this one. Okay, and now since I have a URL here, that map tab will appear. If it didn't, then it wouldn't appear there. This URL for the Facebook page is in there, and that's why that Facebook feed is in the website. This Facebook feed is here. All I had to do was grab the URL for my Facebook, for Osable River Real Estate Facebook page, and put it in there. It brought in that Facebook feed. So if you do have a body of water, let's say Sean, Pere Marquette River Real Estate is a Facebook page we manage. It should be in here. I don't know if it is. We'll go back and check. But there's also the option to put a Google Plus page in here, a link for that. And then I authored some of this. If you don't author it, you must give credit to whomever it was. Like, let's see here. Staff is not more friendly. I should probably change this to Ron's Fly Shop. Because I've got a better relationship going with them. They do send me business, so I should probably change it. But if you're not going to author your own content, I must have authored this on my own. But you need to go get the permission of whomever's content it is you want to use. Most people are happy to say, hey, you mind if I get some exposure for your description of Osable River if I'm a fly shop and somebody reaches out to me? They're like, heck yeah, go ahead and put it up. So if you do copy and use somebody else's content, just say this content provided by Gates Lodge on the river or whatever. So I'm going to update the page, and then I want to see if this map link here now it works because it's the map link I just put in there. Now if I didn't have a map link in here, content manager. So if I decide, you know what, I don't need a map in there. That's not important. If I just remove that and update the page, you can see now there's no map of Osable River. So we only create these tabs for content that's already in there. If I didn't have a Facebook link in there, the Facebook feed wouldn't show on Osable River Real Estate. So it's only content that you put in that'll appear on the site. If you don't put something in, there won't be a tab there. So, just out of curiosity, Sean, I'm going to kind of go down to your neck of the woods just out of curiosity. And actually, we've added some rivers. So I know there's probably going to be some that don't have it. Let's see if Pere Marquette has some. And there's some big dollar properties down there, including Sean's $2 million listing. Nice work, Sean.
Check the Pentwater River because that one was added.
Well, here's Pere Marquette. We don't have a description in Pere Marquette. Here's an overview of the property. So if I come down to Pere Marquette River, and you can see there's no map, there's no Facebook URL. So let's pull up Trails to Trout. Let's see what this is all about.
Yeah, I would click that one. Trails for Trout.
Okay, so I'll copy this and we'll bring it to the manager and put the map in here. I know we have a Facebook page for Pere Marquette River Real Estate as well. I don't know how much traffic we're getting on it, but.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we got all kinds of stuff going on out there. I don't know when the last time we posted. We post, and I use Hootsuite still to post to some of these pages just to kind of keep some content going in there. And Kelly's been going through and updating the cover photos and stuff, and she's been posting here as well. So let's see here. So I'm going to pull the URL for this and put it in the manager. And I won't put a description in right now, but I'll just hit update. And what you're going to see now is that there's a couple of tabs here about Pere Marquette River, and it's really just the Facebook feed in here right now. But if we wanted to put a description in there, we could. Sean, if you want to talk to somebody who knows anything about the Pere Marquette River and ask them to put a description in there, that'd be great. And then the map of the Paramark River is now this Trails to Trout map. So that's, we talk about SEO and stuff like that. I mean, one of the great things about our website and our company is that you have all this ability to kind of leverage things and do it. The downside is you're all busy. Like, really, how many more tasks do I need to carry out? So again, if you recognize that a body of water in your area doesn't have a description or something needs to be done, reach out to Kelly, copy me on it, copy Mandy on it, and we'll get the content in there. Or
You
if
see
you
how quick
say,
it was just to add a couple links.
yeah, once you know what you're doing, and especially if you're just copying content, if you reach out to, I don't know, Baldwin Bait and Tackle or whatever, Sean, you've probably already got a description for your own charter website that you can use for the Paramount Cat and just copy and paste it in there. But, you know, content's pretty easy to find. Don't feel like you've got to author it entirely. Go find a good description that's already out there and reach out to the people and say, is it okay if I use this? And then plug it into the site. And that will really help the SEO, because now you write Paramark River content in there and add in some content about Paramark River real estate, Paramark River cabins, Paramark River land, whatever it is. That all goes to boosting SEO. And you can't just do it once. You know what I mean? Like, in the winter time is a great time to kind of go through here and just add some new content, mix it up a little bit so that it's fresh content. And so again, feel free to do as much of this on your own as you like. If you just recognize that some of your areas need some content and you want our help, just let us know. So again, to the Lake and River info, excellent opportunity to improve SEO. You can educate buyer clients on the bodies of water that you service, provide exposure for other local businesses. If no content's present, the tabs will not appear. So if you're not seeing those tabs on a property on a body of water you service, is because no content is put in there, so we'll want to add content. And then do an ask for the business while you're in there. Hey, thanks for learning about the Asabo River. I'm the man. Work with me. You know what I mean? I've sold dozens of properties on the river. I know I can put my experience to help making sure you find the right property on the river. And here's my contact information. Shoot me an email. And then content is king. This is one place we truly rise above. No other website has this kind of content on the bodies of water that we service, but it's got to be put in there if it's not already in there. So again, it's a matter of taking advantage of the tools that we have available. All right, I'm gonna. Any questions or comments? Oh, just down to Sean. All right, Shawnee, looks like it's just us. All right, well, anything you wanted to cover, Mandy, while we've got everybody here? Or?
I think so. Golden.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's helpful. Again, don't feel like you've got to do all this on your own. We're here to help. That's why we brought on Kelly, was to help support you guys in this type of stuff. So really don't hesitate to reach out. We want to make sure that we're making best use of all the tools that we have out there. So, cool. All right, Sean, thanks again, man. I appreciate it. Good to see you this morning.
Thanks for adding that.
Absolutely. Do you want to put in a description? You want me to copy and paste something in there?
Sure.
I'll go see if I can't find something on one of your websites that's already been written.
Oh, yeah, possibly. That Trails for Trout's a really good website, though.
Okay. Maybe we'll just pull the description from there.
Yeah, either one. So.
Okay, we'll get that populated for you this morning.
Go find some morels.
Yeah, I heard they're out. I need to go out to the backyard. I know where
I
I
didn't see any the other day. I looked at them.
All right, we'll catch up with you soon. Enjoy the day, Sean.
All right, thanks, you guys.
See you, Sean.
Yeah, oh, Vince, you're still there. You didn't show up on the camera, sorry.
Are you in your office? I can call you?
Yeah, feel free. I've got a meeting right after we meet with Blake and Claire. Can you give me until maybe 10:30 or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Listing appointment. I was just looking for some of our analytics that I could put in a listing package.
Definitely. Let me know what you need and I can pull it up for you.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to just shoot me an email with what you need, I can get it pulled up and right over to you.
Yeah, for some reason, when I went into the current marketing package on me, I can't open it. It looks like it's got a secured link, and I'm supposed to put
Mandy, can you look into that maybe? We'll make sure there's a copy in there that you can open. It should just be a regular PDF, so we'll make sure there's a good PDF copy in there for you.
All right, thanks.
Yep. Hi, Kimberly. I'm sorry we had it kind of sized down where I only saw Sean there.
Can you guys, I tried to go in to do something on the website the other day and I meant to send an email. I don't even know my password.
Yeah, why don't you shoot me a text with what you want that password to be and I'll change it to that.
Okay. Okay. You did that last time and I couldn't remember what I told you I wanted it to be.
It was funny because I tried to log into some other accounts last night just out of curiosity to see if any of those agent clients were in there. And I had originally set them all as Homewaters, but over the years I've kind of changed them out to whatever you guys wanted them to be. I don't think anybody still has Homewaters, so I couldn't get into any of the companies either, other than my own. So yeah, just shoot me a text with what you want that password, and I'll make the change while I'm in here.
Okay, thank you.
All right, enjoy the day. Thanks again for joining this morning, everybody.
Happy Tuesday.
Okay, have a good day.
Bye-bye.